Greetings, Clobberers, to another edition of Clobby'S Comics Corner Spinner Rack Time Machine. In this case, of course, it's Quick Bits time. Quick Bits is what we're calling it, what we usually call this one. It is just when I take you through a few of the comics that I did not choose for in my previous video for my pull list, but I wanted to show you, show a little love to the books that didn't quite make the cut. So I just call it Clobby'S Quick Bits usually. So yeah, there you go. It's nothing, like I said, because there's so many comics out there, and not everyone has the same taste, or, what have you. So I thought I would. I just thought it was always a good idea to show some of those. And again, please, if I didn't choose ones you would chose, or you would have chose the same as me, differently from me, let me know which some of the comics you collected. If you were old enough to collect back then, 50 years ago to the week March 1972, in this case, week 2, or even just now, books you would have liked to have had from back then. Either way, please leave those in the comments. Check out my playlist below for Clobby'S Comics Corner Spinner Rack Time Machine to see all of the videos I've been doing this since September of 2021. We go back 50 years and we look at what's in the comic shop. In this case, the ones I didn't pick up my folder list from the previous days, Clobby'S Comics Corner Spinner Rack Time Machine video. And before I do that, I will just we'll run quickly show the pictures of the ones that I did pick up in the first 2 weeks, one in week 2, very quickly, just to give you an idea. I usually pick around 8 to 10 issues a week on my so-called pull list for the Time Machine, based upon my geek, fanboy, superhero, and other genre sensibilities, you can no doubt deduce. There were lots of other types of comics out. These are just the ones that I would have picked up. Where and of course I was, a kid at the time and did like comics, but I was very young. And of course, if I was going to a comic shop, frequenting a comic shop, and I had a pull list like so many of us have had, and I've run comic shops and owned a comic shop at one point in the 80s and 90s. Those are the ones I would have grabbed. So what we'll do now is take a look at the ones that got away. Let's just a little bit of the ones from this week that would have gotten that I didn't pick up, and maybe you would have. Who knows? Let's see. We have such titles as Jughead, 240. We have Laugh from Archie Comics, 254. We have Life with Archie, 121. Little Archie, 71. Millie the Model from Marvel. Obviously, in that case, reprint book there. Reggie and Me from Archie, number 55 of that. Reggie's Wise Guy. So this was a big week for Archie for sure. Let's see here. Madhouse Glads from Archie, number 83 there. And now we'll move on to Gold Key and have a Bugs Bunny 142. There were a lot of TV tie-ins and movie tie-ins and stuff handled by Archie and Charlton not Archie, sorry, Gold Key, Charlton, and Harvey, and some of those others. There's a Walt Disney Donald Duck issue 143 from Gold Key. More Archie. It was just a big Archie week, Archie and Gold Key week, and that's pretty much all we have. For the books that I did not pick up this week, just a whole bunch of Archie comics and a couple of Gold Keys, and that was it. And one Marvel, like Millie the Model right there. All the love books were past couple of weeks from DC and Harvey, Charlton, whomever. But this week, just a bunch of Archies and a couple of Gold Keys. So not a lot, I will confess. None of them from the genres that I would have bought, but again, some of you might. Did you buy not necessarily these specific issues, but if you were old enough to buy comics in the Bronze Age where Archie was huge, Harvey, the Richie Rich books, Look, those romance books that we talked about mostly last week. We didn't see many this week, but or Amelia the Model, or whatever. Any of these books, the Gold Key comics for the the Gold Key books with Bugs or Donald Duck or what have you. Would any of you picked up those books? I'd be interested to hear that. If you always put them in my comments below, or some of those the things that you would have checked out that you bought. I mean, not everyone bought superheroes or Western comics or horror comics, as I've shown you here that I usually get. Well, actually, I didn't get the horror books, but I got the superhero. I was just a superhero junkie. I'm a superhero fanboy. It's just the way I am. I always have been. Although I do like some of the Western books, like I said, and I like some of the a couple of the offbeat books that are still genre related. But I have to admit, I never really bought any of those humor books, the Harveys or the Archies, and that's not a condemnation of them at all. I mean, yeah, as a kid, you look at that. As a kid, sure, I turned my nose up at it. Now I have every respect for it. I respect how, as someone who's been in the industry and really loves the art form of comic books, I have every respect for just what was going on at the time. These, just the fact that the art form was so loved and so popular. I always use the word thriving, but that is a good word to use for it. So sorry if I overuse it, but it was a thriving industry or business at the time, and it does my heart good that comics once meant something to a broad range of interests. And the fact that they're just not that anymore, that there's nothing to them, makes me sad. So I like to celebrate them and celebrate a better era of this wonderful art form of comic books that we all love. So thank you so much. Please like and subscribe if you are so inclined. And Clobby'S, thank you so much for being here as always. I really appreciate you. And as always, a big shout out to my wonderful first officer, Raquel Briggs, for making this wonderful intro outro for me. And I will see you on the next video. Please, of course, also check out my streams. Check out my channel and my live streams on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Hey, clobber on, Clobby'S.